Venezuela's pulled its diplomatic staff from Paraguay in a tit-for-tat response after its Latin American neighbour did the same. Paraguay has been losing diplomatic connections ever since its president was impeached for cracking down on farmers settling on state land. Let's get a bit more analysis on this now and talk to Adrian Salbucci, joining us on the line from Buenos Aires. Adrian, hi there. Why is Paraguay getting increasingly isolated from its neighbours these days, and how is that going to impact its immediate future too?
Well, Paraguay suffered a coup d'etat, literally, on the 21st of June, when its democratically elected President Fernando Lugo was ousted in a 24-hour impeachment trial. It must be the fastest impeachment in modern history. He was maneuvered out of office by the Colorado Party, which had been in power for 60 years, is very pro-U.S. and was the political home of former dictator Alfredo Stroessner. So he was ousted mainly because one of his loyal ministers did not approve a genetically modified seed, Bollard BT it is called, imposed by Monsanto, which has already been rejected in the US and Canada and in India. So there were many side effects, and this unfortunate killing, which nobody quite knows how it started, in the town of Curuguati, which is near the Brazilian border, served as an excuse for the entire opposition and the media to make this express impeachment trial of just 24 hours.
As you're saying there, Adrian, the politics of this interesting, and the current acting president then, as well as other key administration figures, has a pro-US stance. Is the country in line for an imminent turn towards Washington and its foreign policy?
Well, yes, absolutely, and Washington has been doing everything possible to get it that way. There are such agencies as USAID, the United States Agency for International Development, and it all has a lot of other aspects that spill over outside of Paraguay, because Paraguay is considered, together with Bolivia, the geopolitical heartland of South America. So American control over Paraguay will also limit Brazil's exit towards the Pacific as a BRIC country: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And the United States at the same time is again promoting AFTA, the American Free Trade Association, with its traditional allies in our region: Mexico, Panama, Colombia, Peru, and Chile. So it would serve as a Pacific wall against what they consider, what the Americans consider, dangerous Brazilian expansion, because of the fact that it is not just an economic ally within the BRIC countries, but very much so, even to a certain extent, a political or a potential political ally of Russia and China, especially.
Is there a danger this could be the start of something bigger? You mentioned just now, Adrian, the swiftness of those impeachment procedures against the presidents. You even mentioned the word yourself as well, calling it a coup. Is there a danger it could widen out into a kind of regional Latin American spring?
Definitely, and I think Latin American Spring, alluding to the Arab Spring, is just the right phrase for it, because I think that a lot of the lessons that have been learned there by the Americans and the British and the Europeans are coming this way. There was a lot of meddling on the part of Colombia, who trained part of Paraguay's police, and we know that Colombia has a very pro-U.S. president, so much so that Juan Manuel Santos, the president of Colombia, is an America's Society member, which is an NGO co-chaired by David Rockefeller and John Negroponte, who was George Bush's former national security advisor. So there are many overtones to this that need to be followed very closely.
Okay, Adrian Salbucci, thanks for your thoughts, being on the line there from Buenos Aires. Appreciated.